Here in Brookhaven, there are several secrets that are completely hidden. What Brookhaven doesn't lack are secrets. So I called this friend to test with me the biggest secrets of all time in Brookhaven. I just don't understand why he's like this. He said I was escaping from aliens. Okay, that's really weird if it's true. But I'm coming here in the car, and he should come here too, but with his normal avatar, because right now he looks really weird. So he left here. Now he turned his avatar back to normal and got back in the car. Look, it's better that you stay like this, especially because your avatar before really looked like it was from the apocalypse. It looked like he was actually running from aliens. But guys, I'm going to test the most hidden secrets of Brookhaven. And now we have to go to City Hall. So I'm getting here in the front, but it looks like there's a police car literally here. And now I ended up flipping his car over accidentally. And he doesn't look very happy about that. But he's coming here to understand what happened. Look, I just left here. But guys, he's aiming this item at me. But this was an accident. I didn't crash into your car because I wanted to. So he dropped this item because he understood that. He said, fix my car or else you're going to jail. Look, your car will be easy to fix, but it's going to be really hard to fix my car. Especially because my car is literally flipped over. And I don't even know how that's possible. But my friend is coming here to drive my Brookhaven car, but he can't get the car back to normal. So I'm going to drive the police car, and now finally it got back to normal. Look, I fixed your car, but my car is still flipped over. So much that my friend left here. Okay, I'm going to drive this car, and now finally it got back to normal. My friend can even come back here, but I'm arriving here at City Hall, especially because there's something really important I want to do. But I don't know if I can enter the City Hall, because there's a police officer here who's now aiming this item. He said, get out, this is a crime scene. Look, but I'm a crime investigator. I literally investigate crimes. So he has to let me come in here, and it looks like he let me come here. Look, this is really good. Now I arrived here just to test Brookhaven's secrets. Actually, I'm not going to investigate any crime, but my friend is staring at me, and it looks like he's really confused. Look, there are several secrets here, and there's also a crime scene. So I'm getting right here, and it looks like someone disappeared up here. My friend came here too. Look, this is really weird. I'm not going to investigate this crime, but in fact, we have to be careful not to be the next ones. But now he has to follow me. And for you who don't know, all Brookhaven houses have a safe. If you come to this house, for example, there will be a safe right here. But this also applies to City Hall. There's literally a hidden safe here, which is really very weird. But it's just you come here, and I can literally take the safe from this house, which is something that shouldn't happen. But you can take the safe from this Brookhaven house, which actually isn't even a house. And now my friend is coming here. Here we have the most wanted people in Brookhaven. There are really several very weird players. They look really crazy, and there are even police officers here. But worst of all, these people are in Brookhaven right now. And now he got really confused. But I'm going to leave here to show this to my friend. He'll have to come to my car, and now I need a television. That's all I need to prove to my friend that these criminals are still in Brookhaven. So I'm arriving at this house, and for some reason Bob is here. The name of this player is Bob, and apparently he was waiting for me. Look, I don't know what you're doing in my house. He said, look what I learned. I can put this item on the ground, and the police officers will investigate everything. But now he's placing some item here. He literally placed this thing that the police officers are investigating. But this friend of mine got scared and ran out of here. But it looks like he's calling the police. This was really weird. It's literally you who's committing these crimes. He said, I'm not committing any crime. I'm lying about everything. And that actually makes sense. And now he just left here. But guys, if I turn on the television, the TV channels will show up, which are simply normal television channels. But if I press these arrows, some very different television channels will appear. And it might be that this television channel shows up, where there's a police officer and a thief fighting. They literally appear here. And this police officer left here. And it looks like he's coming to my house. But this is terrible, because now my house will be investigated. So much that this is really very different. So I'm seeing if they show up again, but these are different players. Really, all this is very different. But no more different people show up on the television. Even the police officer is aiming this item. He really thinks I'm a criminal. But I have something to tell you. Actually, all this is a lie. But he's aiming this item, and again, he's really confused. But these items are actually placed by normal people. If this item is on the ground, that's not a sign that there's a crime here. Actually, I can take this item on the right and place this item exactly here. Now he's seeing this, and I think this convinced him that I'm not a criminal, but he disagreed. So I had an idea. I'm going to lock my house, and now I'm going to teleport, so I'll have to leave here. But guys, he won't be able to leave here even if he tries. So I'm escaping from here to test the next secret. He said, now you became a real criminal. Look, that's true, because I trapped a police officer in my house. But I'm coming here to test the next secret, and for that I have to come to the museum. So I'm arriving right here, and there are police officers here too, who are guarding this place. Now I changed my avatar, and he should do that too. Now he also changed his avatar, and it's really different. But we have to come here to the museum to test a very important secret. Look, I work here, so he's looking at me. And I'm literally a crime investigator, and this is Santa Claus who's going to help me. So much that now he let us come in. And this is really good, and also really weird. But there's a crime here too, that I'm sure that player placed this item here just to make the police officers really mad. But man, there are many secrets here. First, here we have photos of Brookhaven from the past. You can see that the city of Brookhaven had nothing. We also have this other photo of Brookhaven, and also this one, where there are houses that were completely removed. But if I come here to the hospital, click this button, and after that come here to the bookstore and get this book, I'll be able to test a very hidden secret. Now I'm going to place this book right here to activate a Brookhaven secret. And now a ghost will literally appear here that I doubt you've ever seen before. This ghost is the same person that's here in the painting, and he's really very weird. My friend is looking here, and he said, it looks like the mayor of Brookhaven. Look, good thing you said that, because that's really true. This is literally the ghost of the mayor of Brookhaven. But now it looks like the police officer is really scared, and he's aiming this item. Look, I don't think this is very good. I think it's the perfect moment to literally escape from here. I don't know why he's aiming this item. He said, I received a message that you two are dangerous. Look, that message is more than correct. We are both really dangerous, so you should drop that item. Guys, he dropped this item, and now I need you to leave here. So much that he really left, because he got scared. So let's leave here too, especially because we're no longer safe. We're literally unsafe. So I came back here, and my friend has to come here too. I'm coming here now to test the next secret, but this secret will be used to escape from the police in Brookhaven. If he wants, he can take this car and simply escape, and I'm going to test another way to escape from the police. So it looks like he's coming here in the front running, but what I'm going to do is really different and also going to be really cool. But now there's a police officer coming here, and this is terrible because he's coming after me. Guys, I'm running here, but he's chasing me. Now I'm going to lie down. I'm going to grab this item, and this way I'm going to escape from the police officer simply by holding this item, because I'm going to fly really far away. But I'm arriving here in the front, and it looks like something happened down here. So now I'll have to go down here. Perfect. I'm going down faster, and I'm arriving exactly at this bridge to see what happened. And it looks like there was an accident here. Guys, this accident is so weird that I don't know how this happened. And my friend is lying here on the ground. But there's a problem. Now the police officer is coming here to arrest him. And since the police officer didn't find me, he's coming here to arrest my friend. This is terrible. He was literally arrested, and this is the end of my friend in Roblox. But now I have to go down here to rescue him. But I already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the police officer's attention so he'll chase me and leave my friend alone. He noticed that I'm here. He's watching me, and now he's coming here. So much that he's arriving here to arrest me, but I grabbed this item, and now I placed it right here, and I'm going to activate this item, so he's going to fly away from here. But he literally disappeared. Now finally I'm safe, and I'm coming here to rescue my friend. It even looks like he's lying down. Look, I know you're fine. And finally he stood up. I just didn't understand yet why he's Santa Claus. He said, why can't I be Santa Claus? Look, that's not what I meant. Actually, I just thought this was different. But now I'm going back to the car, especially because there are more secrets I want to test. But there's a problem. The police officer is coming back here, and he's coming really fast in my direction. So we have to run away from here. I arrived at this house, and I need him to activate the secret of this house. So now he placed the ladder, but if he climbs up here and steps on this roof, a secret will happen. You can see that now the house is catching fire in a really different way. I'm sure you've never seen this before. But now my friend has to come back to the car, especially because it's not safe to stay here. The police officer is literally arriving. So I have to run away from here, because he's coming after me. Guys, I don't know how I'm going to escape from the police officer, who literally doesn't stop chasing me. But there's a boat here in the middle of nowhere, and now I'm arriving here. I'm going to climb up here like this. So much that the car doesn't want to climb here, so I'm coming here walking. And my friend is arriving here too, and it looks like he's going to fish. But he's looking here at us, and he said, do you want to fish too? Look, I think I'm going to want to fish with you, because there's a police officer coming here, so he has to run away from here. Now finally he's coming here in the front, and we escape from this police officer who literally stayed behind, and he's trying to hit us. We're completely safe. But look, I know the place that has several fish. You just have to get to the end of the map. Guys, besides having several fish, there's also a really cool secret there, and it's also completely hidden. But I'm not seeing almost anything. A giant fog appeared, and it also started raining. Look, I don't know if this place is very safe, but I placed this item here that will help me escape if something happens. So much that finally we're arriving here, and I'm sitting because we're arriving at the end of the game. But he's coming here at a very fast speed and crashed the boat. Here for you who don't know, there's a completely invisible border that you can't pass from here, but obviously there's a way to go there. I'm going to place a ladder here, but it's really hard to do this. I can only place ladders down here. Up here I can't, but it's going to be really hard to climb here. So I'm going to place a bed, and now I'm going to climb up here like this in Brookhaven. Look, this is going to be really hard, but this is going to be so hard that I'm thinking about giving up. I placed this item here. It looks like my friend came too, and meanwhile I'm climbing up here to get on top of the invisible border. Guys, I still can't get here. Actually, I just managed to, but there's a problem. My friend just went flying and disappeared. He couldn't get to where I am. The owner owner of the boat just left here and doesn't know how I got up here. But now that I'm here, I can do several cool things. And I accidentally fell out of the map. Look, that wasn't very cool. But now it's not raining anymore, and that's really good. But my friend disappeared. So much that there's a plane up here, and now it's coming down here. It looks like it's my friend. I don't know what he's doing here, but he got the plane so we could arrive at the end of the game and test the best secret of all. This plane is really good. So I arrived right here, and you have to get to a very different place. I want you to get close to that player, because I'm going to test a really cool secret just to scare that player. So he's arriving right here, and it looks like he's fishing. He's literally fishing there. But guys, my friend arrived right here, and now my friend spun this plane so this secret works. So I got out of the plane, and I accidentally fell down here. So much that he noticed I'm here, and he got really confused. But I suddenly went down here. Now my friend is coming here to get me. So he arrived in my direction, and he's carrying me. Look, let's test this in a different way. I'll have to get to a Brookhaven house that's on the islands. My friend is arriving right at this island, and now he's going down here. But on the right, I'll have to get a house, like this one here. Now the house will appear here. So much that my friend is spinning his plane above my house, because I'm going to be able to test a very important secret. And on the right, I'll get a car, like this car here, that now just went down here, and literally arrived at this house. But actually, it went straight past. So my friend will have to go a little further ahead. So he's arriving here, and finally he stopped. So I'm going to try to get a car. Perfect, I got this car. That's now going down here. I want to see if this is going to work. So much that the car arrived here, and accidentally fell off the island. Now I got this other car that's going down here, and I want to see if this is going to work. Guys, finally this car survived and stayed here on the island. So now if I go down here, I'll literally be able to drive this car. Perfect, I got this. And this is really very cool, especially because you can't get a car on this island that's in the middle of nowhere. This was supposed to be impossible, but I managed to do this with this really simple bug. Now he's also coming down here, and just got this cart that simply got stuck here. I don't know what happened, but the cart is stuck up here. It's literally flying in the middle of nowhere. My friend accidentally just discovered a new bug that I've literally never seen before. Look, I don't know how you did that, but now I'm going to take your plane to come up here and find out what this cart is doing here in the middle of the air. Guys, I have to get into this now, but it's going to be really hard, especially because this is literally in the middle of nowhere. So much that he arrived here, and he said, and you also lost my plane. And that's true. I accidentally lost his plane, but now I'm coming up here in a totally different way. But that didn't work out very well. So now I'll have to climb up here like this. I'm literally doing a bug to get up there flying, but this is going to be really hard. So I'm starting to get really high. And this is a totally secret bug that I doubt you've ever seen before. So I'm getting really close to the cart, and it's literally right there. So much that finally I'm going to be able to get here, but it didn't work out. Now this has to work. So I'm getting right here, and it didn't work again. But this time I'm sure it's going to work. So I'm arriving right here, but it didn't work. Now this has to work, especially because I'm at the exact height to get into this car. But I couldn't do it. It's almost impossible to get there. But now we're coming here by plane, because we discovered a new Brookhaven secret. He's getting close to this cart, and maybe now I'm going to be able to get in here. I'll have to jump right here, but it didn't work. Okay, this is the last attempt. I'm literally next to the cart, and now I'm flying in the middle of nowhere. This is the weirdest thing of all, because I'm literally flying here in the middle of the air in Brookhaven. And guys, if you want to add me on Roblox, just click the Become a Member button, and I'll add you on Roblox.